Without further ado, bear down.
Bear down. So I'm sorry. There's one constant. It's nag.
It was almost 4th and 21 at one point. Think about this shit. Like, not fucking rocket science. To make Foles look like he was standing on top of a broom. At least we have a fucking kicker.
We finally have a kicker. It's like 3rd and 4, and he's throwing 3 yards on an out route. I'm fucking done.
How the fuck does a college quarterback just throw it away within a second of knowing I don't have shit?
Yeah,
and Foles is like,
for how
I'm gonna fold.
He's a
I
fucking lawn chair.
You're not.
He's literally a lawn chair. You just fucking fold immediately.
Big folds.
Took that shot. Bear down.
Hey guys, welcome back to 4th and 21, a Bears podcast by Bears fans. I'm Arturo. This is Alex. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, notification bell, like our video, and comment to stay up to date with our posts. Gonna go back to just starting it off the old-fashioned way, taking a shot, because I need it. All right,
Bear down.
bear down. That should be illegal.
All right, so today we're here to talk about whether we think Trubisky or Foles should be starting against the Green Bay Packers after our bye week, and whether who we think is going to actually start. I don't know about you, but I don't feel like we actually have to argue about who we think should start. I'm assuming we're on the same page that Trubisky should start this game.
I was gonna say Tyler Bray, but
you know,
Trubisky's
that's a really good debate.
second.
I think we could sit here and talk about that for hours. You know,
And not get anywhere.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, Trubisky all day.
You know, I honestly want to start off by saying, like, apologizing to Trubisky. I have been on his ass for all of last year, or most of last year. And, I mean, I was rooting for him to come out of training camp and win the job. But I was on his ass a lot last year. And I want to tell him, I'm sorry. I don't think it was your fault. Do I think that you're incredible? No. But I think you are a lot better than what has been shown in this Nagy offense.
Underrated for sure.
I don't know what he would do. Like, what would he look like in an Andy Reid offense?
He would,
or
he
under
wouldn't
Bill
get, he
Belichick.
wouldn't get talked shit about. He would just be another quarterback, but another quarterback in the league is a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot of quarterbacks that don't get shit talked about them because they just produce. They're not stars. They're not Tom Brady. They're not Aaron Rodgers, but they
don't
go
get
out
shit
there
out.
and they put their team in a position to fucking win.
Yeah, and Bill Belichick. What if he played for Bill Belichick? I don't think we'd be having this conversation of like week in, week out. Is Trubisky a starting quarterback? I think he would be a starting quarterback.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be top 10, but he wouldn't be in the conversation every week of should he be starting. So I want to apologize to him because I don't think this is – I think you were made to look a lot worse than you actually are because of Nagy's offense. So, yeah, first off, I want to apologize. Second, I just want to run through some stats for Trubisky and Foles, their stats throughout their starting games this year. Their passer rating, Trubisky 87 to Foles 81. So Trubisky wins there. Touchdown to interception, 6-3 for Trubisky, 10-8 for Foles. So obviously in favor of Trubisky as well. And then their record 3-0 versus 2-5. That's slightly misleading because Foles came in and won Trubisky's third game against Atlanta. Not, never. We can't say that Trubisky wouldn't have won that game, but we do know that Foles did win that game for him. So I will say that. But those are just some of the stats run down so far. And I'm sorry, but Trubisky, his stats look a lot better, and we didn't have to add rushing stats in there.
Yeah.
And we obviously know that Trubisky's rushing stats are a lot better than Foles.
Well, they exist.
He actually has some. So, yeah, I just wanted to run down those things real quickly. Is there anything that you want to say about why you think Trubisky should be the starter?
I mean, for one, mobility. He can actually move. He can actually scramble and not fold like a fucking flapjack. Like, He's got speed. He's agile. He can actually, if he sees an opening, I don't see Foles making more than a 3-yard run, even with a pocket of 20 yards between maybe 15 after defenders start closing in. But Trubisky's had some pretty good runs this year, and Foles cannot do that. So, one, Trubisky's run game.
So just quickly to mention on that, I totally agree with you. That was one of the points I wanted to bring up. I think a lot of people would bring that up. But I will say, Trubisky, be smart about running. Take your chances, run. I have no problem with that, but get down. Do not let them hit your shoulder. Don't get injured. Don't try to tough out extra yards. Just run and get down.
Yeah.
But all right, yeah, go ahead.
So the run game, being able to scramble. If he does have a clean pocket, I, at this point, trust him a little bit more than Foles. I honestly don't remember his record with throwing the ball away. His track record since he's been in the league. I know what I've seen from Foles is he can't fucking do it. So I already see an upside in, okay, he's probably saw Foles all those times and went through the play calling, the tapes, and was like, holy shit. Hopefully he went like, holy shit, and you just throw the ball away. Don't risk it. So he's got the run game. He can scramble. He hopefully will be able to throw the ball away. And I don't know. I just feel like he has more confidence. Like Foles out there just does not look like a quarterback anymore. And as soon as one bad thing happens, like his face is in full panic mode. Like he's got a shit and he can't find a bathroom. And
Well,
it's like
the team doesn't seem to be excited when he's on when he's on the field and they make a play. Like there seems to be no excitement when he steps on the field.
Foles.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's like playing with your fucking grandpa. Like fun, you're gonna enjoy it, but like
They know more than you
but
probably.
you want your fun uncle out there.
Yeah, exactly. You want
playing.
the fun uncle. Even if he's not as good and doesn't know as much about the game, you still want to be out there with somebody a little bit closer that you can relate to.
Yeah, that play your way, not like Foles is playing like I don't even know. Like
I feel like the offense has more fun with Trubisky.
Yeah, and Trubisky has fun, and you can see it in his face.
Exactly.
Every time he runs it, every time he makes a good play, he's actually in it, not just to win it, but to have fun in it. He doesn't even look like Foles has fun out there.
No.
And sorry, like for the cliche, but like it's easier to win if you're having fun.
Yeah.
Foles does not have fun. He is.
When our offense needs that little bit of
fucking
momentum.
motivation.
Yeah, motivation. Like
momentum,
they don't have momentum. Like they'll make a great play downfield, and then it's just like it never happened. Like you want to see those guys get fucking excited, like get pumped up, and like I just don't see that.
I feel like if Foles gets excited, he's gonna have a fucking heart attack.
I mean, he's not that old, but
he just acts that way. Like holy shit, Tom Brady and Drew Brees. He plays more like Drew Brees than anyone. Can't throw it long. The only difference is Brees can somewhat scramble and knows somewhat and knows how to throw the ball away.
I'd say he's
he
better
can scramble for a second and a half and be like, okay, fuck this.
Yeah.
But
you
know what Foles does? Fucking just
folds
goes down a little bit. So I think those points are huge when it comes to is just mobility and fucking attitude. There's no attitude with Foles except a bad one after the game. Not from him, but just from everybody in anything that is Bears related. Which I don't blame. It's been fucking rough. Went from 5-1 to this shit.
So, just to hit on a couple of my points before we take the second shot. Number one, he can't be worse. How I'm sorry, like Trubisky's never run as bad of an offense as Foles did against the Vikings.
That was fucking
as bad as Trubisky, or like as bad as he's had for games, and as bad as the offense has looked. It's never looked that bad. Or you have negative yards in a quarter, and you put up what was it, 6 points? The offense put up 6 points. Like Trubisky's had bad games, but like I've never seen an offense so stagnant in my life. And I'm sorry, he can't be worse than what we have right now. The second thing I was gonna say, mobility as well, and especially with our offensive line, that is so big.
Able to fucking move.
Because mobility isn't a huge like factor for quarterbacks in the league. But if you have a bad
But with
offensive
an
line,
atrocious offensive line.
I do expect our offensive line to get better this week. I'll talk a little bit more about that when we do our next video about our prediction for Green Bay. But with as bad as our offensive line is, it's so important that we have a mobile quarterback and somebody that can actually step up in the pocket. And literally, I'm sorry, if you see Foles coming to the line of scrimmage and you see him pump fake, you're going to go for the pump fake because, like, he's not going to run anywhere. And if he does start running, you jump up, you land, you're still going to get to him before he gets 3 yards down the field. At least Trubisky, they don't know if they should jump up for the ball or try to stop the run. Yeah. And the play action works a lot better. I have a few more points, but you want to take the second shot first?
And also, Trubisky can go from here to here in 2 seconds, whereas it takes whole calendar year.
Oh, my God. I do like that. So, all right.
Bear down.
Bear down.
That's gonna give me heartburn.
God, you're a bitch.
Heart's a bitch.
Another point that I wanted to make is Trubisky has experience against Green Bay. He's seen the Green Bay defense. Yes, his record is 1-4 against them, but that means he's played 5 fucking games against them. And at least he has experience against this defense, whereas Foles doesn't have any. Trubisky has seen them two times the last 2 years. So, like, 2 times each the last 2 years. So, honestly, experience to me against a certain team is huge. So, he's seen the defense. It's a very similar defense to what they had last year. He played against them twice last year. So, I expect him to at least have a better idea of what they're going to be doing, better how to read their defense. So, experience against Green Bay is another one of my reasons why I think Trubisky should start. The run game was actually better. A stat that I didn't include earlier, but their running game was actually a lot better. Like, if you remember in their first 3 games, they actually ran the ball pretty well with Montgomery and stuff. And they actually averaged 5.7 yards a carry while he was on the field. And that's, I believe, close to double of what the running game is with Foles now. And
we're lucky if we're averaging much more than 2 right now.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's like 2.5 or something around there. But the offense is run completely different with Foles being quarterback versus Trubisky. With Trubisky, there's a lot less shotgun, and the running plays, I believe it's like a 20% difference, if not more, that running plays are handed to Montgomery or Cordero. It's in a shotgun form most of the time from Foles, whereas in Trubisky, he's actually right behind the center. So that's a draw play. I don't want to do a fucking draw play, We need Montgomery running down fucking hill. We want him grabbing the ball while he's moving forward. With Foles being in shotgun, he just turns to his right and then
he's got to go 4 yards before he even 2 yards before he picks up momentum. Or maybe he meets someone.
And by that time, our offensive line is already crumbling.
Yeah, and we're already at our line of scrimmage, which equals what? Loss of 1, loss of 2, gain of 1.
Exactly. And we ran a lot more play action with Trubisky than we did with Foles. So, and that seemed to work a lot better. So, all in all, our run game gets better. And what happens when your run game is better? It opens up your passing game. And that's what nobody is afraid of right now because they're like, okay, you can't run the ball, so we're just going to play the pass the whole time. If we can actually start running the ball more, we'll actually be able to open up the passing game. And so I think that's another huge reason that we need Trubisky in. Another one is there's no pressure on him. What pressure is there on him now? If they start him this week, they're not going to take him out and put Foles in the week after that. So this is at the beginning of the year, he actually had an immense amount of pressure on him, and you can tell why, because as soon as he made a mistake, Nagy pulled him. So he's not playing with pressure. He can play a little bit looser. Also, I'm sorry, but this may be his last 6 games in a Bears uniform. Why not see what he has for the rest of the year and see if he's worth bringing on even as a backup quarterback next year?
Yeah.
It's his last 6 games and possibly ever in a Bears uniform, let him at least play for his job at this point. Because Foles isn't doing fucking
Foles
jack
isn't-
shit.
Yeah.
So at least let Trubisky play for his job. Maybe he fucking makes an impression for other coaches, gets a job. But, like, I want him to have a job after this year, whether it's with us or not. I want to see him succeed. I like the guy. I think he works really hard. So there's no pressure. I hope he can play a lot more loose. And then he sat on the bench the last, 7 games? He actually finally, for the first time since Mike Glennon, he actually gets to watch the offense
play, but
run
yeah.
from the bench and actually learn from the bench. I think that could actually be huge for him to actually sit on the outside and looking in and say, oh, okay, like now I understand. Like, I remember when we were playing soccer, when I was off the field, I was like, oh my God, how do they not see that? And then when you're in a game, you see things so differently. But sometimes sitting out, you learn to see things a different way, and you see things that you wouldn't have seen being in the game. So I think sitting on the sideline and not watching Mike Glennon, who ironically is now actually going to start for the Jags this week, who obviously Foles just came from.
All of that.
Who Foles just came from. I just thought it was an ironic thing to bring up. But he actually got to sit out and learn and watch the iPad, like I think that could be a huge.
I think it's Microsoft Pro Surface, but yeah.
Okay, whatever. You fucking asshole. He got to watch the fucking
tablet,
the tablet, yeah, and actually see what the fuck is going on a consistent basis rather than just when, he came out. So I think he's going to learn a lot from have been sitting out and watching Foles in our offense.
And also seeing our offense unfold. Now he knows Mooney's a target.
Yeah.
I think those two are going to connect a lot more. Miller needs to step his shit up. But,
well, he goes like every other game.
He's already played with them. So
he has like every other game.
He knows that. Yeah. Now he's got Mooney.
Well,
now hopefully he uses Komet as a young player to a young player when he's out there.
Well, I think that's more play calling. But
when he's out there, I feel like Foles is scared to throw to Cole. And it's like, bro, you should be scared everything you do because you suck.
Yeah.
But try something new. It's going to be nice to if he does start to have a fresh pair of legs out there with a fresh mindset. And like we talked about earlier in the episodes with a team sitting out, even as a vet, like, yeah, you see shit that you wouldn't normally do and things that you already have locked down or have a good grasp on. That's not what we're talking about. It's just other things on the side that it's like, holy shit, when you're out there, it's one of the first things you think of is like, whatever you do, just don't. Remember that.
Yeah.
Throw the ball away.
Yes, I hope if you learned anything, I hope one of those things was throw the ball away. When you don't have anything, throw the ball away. It's better than throwing an interception or taking a sack.
If you have an open player, just fucking throw it. Don't wait. Like Foles, I feel like so many times waited for what he wanted, and he's got open players in the middle, open players on the side, and because he doesn't see the one he wanted to throw, he doesn't think he can make that, which I don't blame him because he fucking sucks.
He doesn't have the arm strength that Trubisky has. He probably has more touch than Trubisky. I will give him that. But Trubisky has a rocket. I've seen him put like shit into a spot where I'm like, how the fuck did he get that in there? And then bringing up exactly what you just brought up, chemistry. He has more chemistry with all these wide receivers than Foles does.
And he didn't get any because the whole time he's been playing, he hasn't been playing like he's part of the team. He's been out there like he's our savior and he has to do shit. And it's like, bro, you gotta, since we've always said this, be a cohesive unit. You can't just be the guy that steps in.
Yeah, and I don't feel like Foles is cohesive with our offense. Like I don't think he has those relationships and the chemistry that makes a good combo, like with a wide receiver, especially Allen Robinson. Like I think that Trubisky's chemistry obviously he doesn't have it with Mooney, but he was out in the summer with Komet before Foles was even in Illinois. Foles was even in Illinois. So I think
and we didn't get to see that unfold.
Unfold.
Fucking fold. He's everywhere.
Another thing. Who's more exciting to watch?
Not Foles.
Foles or Trubisky? It's going to be Trubisky, right? So another reason you should start Trubisky. My last thing is what Nagy said in his most recent interview, which was that he said Trubisky has grown week to week, and he's seen a lot of change in him for the good. So I think Trubisky is actually like sitting on the sideline. I think has actually done him maybe
More good.
than bad.
Yeah.
And so I think he's going to use all of that and come out and be a better quarterback than we've seen him be in the past. And let's be honest, he can't be worse than Foles has been. So to quickly finish this up, as our lights are flickering, and I'm going to have a fucking seizure. Who do you think is going to start?
I think Trubisky's going to start. Just because of the way Trubisky came out. Foles, besides getting injured last week.
If he wasn't injured, do you think?
I said besides that.
Okay.
His last game was fucking atrocious.
Yeah.
He should have been
Wrigley.
pulled.
All right.
Enough water. Yeah, wipe that up. Come over here.
All right.
You
Keep
can't go over there.
Keep talking. Wrigley, no.
Wrigley, there's a around. Get over here. Sorry, my dog's difficult. Fuck.
So besides Foles getting injured.
No, his last game was just shit. He should have, if it wasn't for the situation we were in, he should have been pulled. Obviously, he wasn't. But at this point, it's like, bro, like, you got to try something new. It hasn't worked, and after last week, we fucking know it doesn't.
Yeah.
So, injured or not, I think Trubisky needs to start. He should start, and he needs to.
I think
we need something. We need something.
I think Nagy knows that at this point, what happens this season could be saving his job
or breaking it.
Or breaking it. And I think he's realizing I can't be stubborn with my decisions anymore. I can't keep play calling even though I want to. He gave that up because he's like, I can't be stubborn about this anymore. And I think he's going to be like, okay, I can't be stubborn about who my quarterback is anymore.
Wrigley.
Dude, let him be. He hasn't done anything yet.
He's looking at something very weird.
And then the other thing is, I think that when Nagy has been very set on who his quarterback has been, they've been asking like, oh, is Trubisky gonna do you think Trubisky's gonna start? He's like, nope, Foles is our starter. Foles is our starter. And this week he said, and everything's on the table. And then he won't. When they ask him now, he won't say, if Foles is healthy, he's the one that's going to start. He's not saying those statements. And to me, if he's not saying those statements, that means he's getting ready for a switch.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly what he said before he made the change to Bill Lazor making the play calling or doing the play calling.
Yeah.
He wasn't like, nope, I am definitely going to be making the plays. He kind of started being more vague, and that's exactly what he's doing with Mitch and the questions about him. So I think that means that he's going to make the decision to start Mitch this week, regardless of health. So that's what I think.
I think and I hope.
Exactly.
Because it's been a rough fucking last month, over a month. Glad we had that bye week because fuck, I could not stand.
And what a bye week it was for us. Like everyone in our division lost except for us. And you know what?
Now we meet the Packers.
We have a big game against the Packers. We'll talk more about it in a couple of days, but it's a very big game against the Packers that I'm more excited about than I thought I would be because I didn't expect this last week to go the way that it did. So, yeah, we think Trubisky should start. We think Trubisky will start. You guys let us know down in the comments. Yeah, we'll see you guys in a couple days.
Perfect.
Bear down.
Bear down before our house blows up.